The first book I'm going to start off with is 'Tis the Season for a Cowboy, because this is the Christmas book I am most excited for this year. I don't know why. I think it's just obviously the title. If you know me, I love like small town vibes, cowboy vibes, all that stuff. So this just seems like something I'm really going to enjoy. So that's the one I am going to start with now. And I believe it is quite short, so hopefully I'll be able to finish it quite quickly. So I'm not far into the book. We have kind of started off with her being very excited to go back to the cabin, talking about like her struggling to be inspired for her art, and this is a great experience for her because she's always most inspired in that place. And then she goes to this cabin and surprise surprise, her ex-husband is there. Now currently, starting off with, I don't like her, but that's only because of the attitude she has towards it currently. I understand that they had an agreement, I get that, but it's more like the way she's speaking to him in the sense of, you need to get out, it's my turn, you need to leave. And it's like, I just feel like she's being very rude. I understand we don't know what happened between them. Currently I just don't like how she's talking to him. Hoping maybe her attitude improves further we get into it. I mean, he is all like, you can tell he's more like quiet and he's trying to stay positive about a bad situation type thing. But yeah, so far not liking having my main character, but hopefully she will get better throughout the book. One big thing that I am noticing about this book so far is you can tell how much Hank cares for Bellamy. Like, he's still in love with this girl, you know, and we still don't know what happened to them. Well, we're kind of getting hints of what's happened to them throughout the story, and so far, wow, it is heartbreaking, because obviously it's completely understandable why things fell apart, especially because Bellamy was finding it hard to talk about this topic and like come to terms with this topic, i.e. pushing away Hank. So like, completely understandable, but this is like it's turned heart-wrenching and it's hurting my heart to read. But now everything is starting to make sense. We don't know everything fully, but we're starting to get hints, and we know like a big point in it so far. So definitely not what I was expecting this book to be, if I must say so myself, but it is still really good. I'm enjoying it, and I am liking Bellamy more. Her character has developed quite quickly, considering this is a short book. She has improved a lot. I think it was more maybe like a shock factor, and yes, I think she didn't handle it correctly, but now that things are starting to come together, I completely understand why she acted the way she did. It was just like the first getting to know her type thing, and that was a bit like, whoa, you know. I have almost finished with this, so I am going to finish it, and then I will give you all an update. I have now finished the book, and oh my goodness, this definitely was not what I was expecting. This became more heart-wrenching, should we say, like more heartbreaking. Learned a lot about the characters and how pretty much heartbroken they were, and especially Bellamy, the fact that like she couldn't come to terms with what happened, and she just was finding it hard to, I don't want to say accept, but to communicate with Hank about her feelings and what happened, and kind of like heal together. And it kind of just like changed their whole marriage. I do realise I haven't talked about what this is about. This book follows a divorced couple who end up being forced to stay in a cabin together because of a snowstorm. So we have Bellamy. She ends up going to the cabin because it's her birthday. They agreed in the divorce that on her birthday she'll get the cabin. They both share it, so she ends up going, and that is when she finds that Hank is actually there. Obviously she's not happy about this because she's very excited to have this cabin to herself, get her art inspiration back and all that stuff. While they're stuck in this cabin because they can't go anywhere, feelings start to resurface, because obviously it wasn't a fact that they divorced because they kind of like fell out of love, you know. So I would definitely say this is a great read, highly recommend. I have decided to rate the 4 stars. It was a nice, quick, easy read with some emotion, and I feel like with Christmas books it's always like kind of like rom-commy, like all light-hearted, all that stuff, which I love. I'm not saying that's, you know, wrong, but I like that this had some emotion to it, and learning about like growth, you know, like there was a lot more to this book which I really enjoyed. So I would highly recommend it if you are looking for a Christmas read. I'm not sure what book I'm going to start next. I will give you all an update once I've decided, but I am going to take a little break from reading for about an hour or so, and then I am going to get back to it. I'll be back with you all once I've decided what I want to read. So it is later, not much later. I did take a little break, and I, as you can see, have now got cozy. I have got in my reading mode because I thought there was going to be other things I was going to do today, but then I thought, you know what, no, it's cold, it's a rainy day, I'm just going to keep reading Christmas romances. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hang out, we're going to spend the night reading. So next one I'm going to be reading is Dreaming of a Cowboy Christmas. This one I haven't actually heard anything about. As you can tell, I do have a theme with the cowboy romances. Don't know too much about this one currently, but I'm excited to get into it. All I know is that it's kind of like I know there's an age gap, and I know that she ends up going somewhere and it like be in the wrong place. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna read it and I'll give you all an update. Basis of this currently is we have a female main character, and she is off on holiday. She ends up renting out this place, so she's looking through the window, and then that is when a man is like, what are you doing on my property? And she's like, I've rented this place out, and he's like, there's no way you've rented out this place because I live here, this is my place, this is where I live. And so now she's confused. Turns out she's actually been scammed, so now she has nowhere to go, and obviously she was going to try and find somewhere to leave, but then there is a snowstorm coming, so the man's like, you can sleep on the couch but you can't stay for long. And she's not too happy about this, but she ends up staying. That's where we are at so far, and I feel like this is going to be interesting. Like I said, there's definitely an age gap, and currently I am 12% in, and they've already talked about her being young a lot because she's in her like early 20s and I think he's like 30s, no, maybe 40s, I'm not too sure. I don't think it's specified yet. I don't know how I'm feeling about him constantly talking about her age, and we're already 12% in, but so far so good. I am enjoying it. I'm back quickly. I have read 2% more, and when I was saying I don't know his age, it's because we didn't get to that. He's 45. But I just love the conversation because she asked him how old he is, and he's like, how old do you think I am? And she goes, that's a tough one. You got quite a few greys, though I suspect I'm responsible for a few sprouting overnight. She's a funny one. I love someone who can joke around. But yeah, I just find it funny how I said I don't know his age. I tried to guess, and then I just had to read a few pages more to find out. So I thought I'd update you. I'm now at 20% in, and I don't know why I found this so cute. So they've just kind of been like living in the cabin together. She has like cooked him breakfast, he's making sure that she's like always got clothes and that she's always warm, but then they are off out and she obviously needs something warm, so he ends up taking a coat off the rack, and he's like, put your arms in. She's like, no, I can do it. He's like, just put your arms in. He's determined to put the coat on for her. Like, come off it. I don't know why. I'm obsessed. Also, she's having to wear his boots, and obviously they're going to be way too big for her, so he ends up putting loads of socks in there so they fit. A unique choice, but love it, you know? Yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm enjoying my time reading it. Just thought I would come in and give you that update. So it is the next day, and I didn't do an update yesterday once I finished reading, but I am still currently reading Dreaming of a Cowboy Christmas, and I was really enjoying it. I had to stop reading because I had editing to do because I'm so behind on the editing currently, so I was really excited about that. But we are going to continue today with reading Dreaming of a Cowboy Christmas. I also want to get another Christmas book read. I'm just gonna like get cozy, read some Christmas books and have fun type thing, because I do have the time. I am caught up a little bit where I can just read and enjoy without having like editing it on the back of my mind, you know. We are going to go cozy up, continue reading. Okay, so I just lay down and I remembered yesterday I was talking about the ages and that we found out that he was 45. Well, if I read one page more, we would find out that I knew she was in her 20s, but she was more specific, she's 25. I just thought I'd let you guys know because we was talking about the age thing yesterday. But that's all I came to update you on. Because like I said, if I waited a little bit longer, we would have known both of their ages as a confirmation. It is crazy how much this man cares for her, and they don't even know each other that well. She ends up hurting her ankle and he is taking care of her, and I mean, come on, one of my favourite subtropes. Like, you are kidding. They did have like a little awkward moment that they've like decided not to bring up currently. You know, if you've read it, you know. Then he's like, I'm running you a bath till I help your ankle. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And obviously he helps her to the bathroom because obviously her ankle hurts. Previously, before going out in the cold, he's like, you need to be warm, you need to be wearing gloves, scarf, all that stuff. And it's like I said, this man cares for her and they don't even really know each other, and he's already like caring for her so much, and he makes them lunch. Wild. Anyway, I'm just loving it. I'm just loving how much he cares for her already. Anyway, I'm gonna continue reading. So I have read quite a bit. We're at 52%, and we just had one of those scenes where it's like the jealous type, where she's dancing with another man and he gets jealous and like steps in. I love a scene like that. I don't know what it is. Basically it was like, get out of here or you're never allowed back in the store, I think it is. But I also love the way that our female main character claps back, because they go and he introduces her as a friend, and obviously this upsets her. And so when comes in and like interrupt, and the person that she was dancing with goes, are you two dating? She goes, nope, we're just friends. Isn't that right, cowboy? Like the way she claps back, like I love both of these characters so much already. Also his nickname for her is one of my favourite like nicknames or like pet names that are in books, which is Sunshine. I don't know what it is about that nickname, but I love it so much. Currently he's obviously really showing his jealousy, because he goes, if you don't take your hands off her, I'll kick you out myself. Come off it. I am loving this book. I wasn't expecting to go into 11 as much as I am. So I haven't even read that much more. We have only read like 2 pages and I already have something else to say. Obviously he's now like, I don't want to say dragging her out of there, but like he's picked her up, taken her out of there, and she goes, why are you looking at me like that? He goes, like what? And she goes, like I belong to you. He goes, let's get one thing straight, sweetheart, as long as you're in my bed wearing my clothes, you're mine. Speechless. So I have just finished the book, and I would definitely say I really enjoyed this one. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did. I have decided to rate it 4 stars. I would say near the end it got a little bit weird, but only because it felt like it was dragging on a little tiny bit, but then all of a sudden the ending kind of wrapped up really quickly as well, if that makes any sense at all. So it felt like it was dragging on a little, and then the ending was a bit rushed, and I would have liked to have seen a little bit more of like their life afterwards, if you know what I mean. But otherwise I really enjoyed everything about it, as you could probably tell from my reactions with everything. I would say sometimes, like, even though I like the jealousy, the protectiveness and all that stuff, and I was like obsessing over that, there were times where it was a little bit like more, should I say, weird, because it felt more like fatherly. And that's when I was a bit like, okay, this is a little bit weird. There was like one specific scene that I'm thinking about. Otherwise, except for that one scene, it wasn't too bad. It was just that one that felt a little bit weird to me.